Q silence insta. Reposition, try to reposition. Oh my god, bro. Holy fuck. Yo guys, it's xblademojo. If you wonder if you can get challenger with the Malzahar, then this guy is gonna show it to you exactly how to do it on the EU West ladder. Enjoy. Matchup versus Lucian. I can already see he goes Comet with the Scorch, so he goes for the early pressure. Biscuits for the early sustain, more mana, because they might contest him kinda well. I can tell he likes the Korea because even the League of Legends is in the Korean sound. So I'm really curious what will be coming out of the game. We will be paying a lot of attention to his camera control, to the when he's pressing the scoreboard, anything to define what actually makes this guy just literally one of the best. Because there are two Malzahars on the West server. One is Balagot, rank 1, and this guy is rank 2. So what those make them actually so good? So basically, Comet for the one combo burst, really good compared to the Aerie. And he can't contest Lucian anyway, so he goes Comet, right? For the later on. Q start. So let's see, look at how the Lucian is actually positioning. He's even pulling the wave against him. And he will look to threaten him early on. So he goes Q because that's his longest spell to actually maintain a bit the lane. But just watch the spacing of the Lucian. Imagine having it in your elo, bro. That's so hard to play, actually. Yeah, he can't walk up, he knows, so he's just soaking the XP because otherwise Lucian will just insta-dash on him and commit to the trade. So him, knowing that he can't contest, he went with the Q-poke on the Lucian instead. This time, the spacing of the Lucian was a little bit off, so he could have gotten the minion. And actually, the Q-Comet Scorch poke is huge, bro. It's huge. So it's like combination of Bear Grylls survival that this guy is currently doing, right? Just maintaining the lane with the Qs. Biscuits, I just suppose, are for the mana health, just to maintain better the lane. E level 2, Lucian invades into the Raptors, which is completely correct, because Malzahar is a scaling champion, so he can't do much. He got a bit traded, but it's okay. For you, as a Malzahar, you just wanna get as much CS as possible in the early game, get to that lost chapter. So he, I'm sure, knows that. Actually, the level 3 gank from the Rengar, which makes so much pressure on the Lucian, that's huge for the comfort of our Korean friend. CS 10 CS, but he's actually playing pretty aggro. If you look at it, he goes hard on the Lucian, even though he got like so much damage in. He went with the Biscuit and still pressed on that Lucian to force his recall, which is pretty interesting. I personally would most likely play a little bit more CS farm-wise, but he just makes sure he presses his recall right now. Insta reset, then Lucian is gonna TP. He might not need to use TP. We will see, depending on the wave state. Amptom, not much else that he purchased. He's checking the wave state. Really important. You need to know what is your wave state. Wave is pushing back into him, so he's not in rush to TP. Lucian had TP, so our Korean guy had to have a TP difference, basically. Yeah? But look on the awareness. When you woke up, use this time efficiently as he does. Pinging the summoner spells. Lucian probably worded below right now, the river, because that's how his body language was like. Okay, so just EW, receiving the farm. I wonder if he will just try to press on the guy more. He does try, but look how he pressed that Q for a moment, yeah? The way he pressed Q was to hit the ranges, hoping that along with that, the Lucian will get hit. I don't think so personally he would just spam casually the Q only for the Lucian. It's more to like secure more. Okay, vision, a little bit of the vision time between the waves. So efficient usage of the timers. Q to poke, but didn't work out. So he actually is trying to make some pressure. He doesn't play like purely little pusher, but he actually does play more to press on the guy. He tried to bait the Lucian with the Leona help. That's why he contested, otherwise he wouldn't, because his mana is really low. I understand now why he goes Biscuits. Because he simply plays a lot of aggro. And because he plays so much of that aggro, bro, he needs that mana. Here the Q could be a bit predicted, but he went straight point in. That's pretty heavy problem that is going on now, but I'm curious how he will deal with that. The only thing that right now saves the situation is the TP difference. So he needs to push the wave instantly, and he needs to insta press on the Lucian right now, potentially stop his reset. You see he warded the center. Warding the center, insanely important concept. Okay, since he got to freeze the wave, he doesn't have to push quickly. So that's completely fine. He will just set up a freeze and deny the Lucian, even though he got the kills. So there is gonna be XP difference coming out of him. Comparison, making sure that he is pinging the summoner spells along with it. And he knows his goal was to deny the cannon. He did. So soon he will contest the crash again to get the priority. One more wave, then probably it's gonna be rather quick reset or doing some prio. He's really careful because he doesn't have awards. Just EQ here, EW, and we go for the prio. You have time between the wave, we use it. Not enough for the base, so he's using that priority. Make sure you check the brushes with the Q. That's insanely important long term to avoid face checks. They still look. He's not worried about the midwave. He's not worried about the midwave, guys. That's huge. That's huge. Playing it slow with the Q and stuff, and then securing with the alt after repositioning, and gives a kill. He tried to. One thing I notice. Okay, he prioritized securing the kill for his teammates, delaying the enemy DC, denying enemy DC for the price of his one fall wave. One fall wave. So he's eager to transition that lead. He's not like turbo selfish lane-wise. Yeah? Because selfish player would be like, you know, I can dive this guy, but I will go wave. But him, he actually doesn't care. He goes, secures that. That's already one difference that I see. It's huge. A lot of burst on his face. He had to reposition. Make sure you press void links to block a bit of the damage. Really important. One more wave would be juicy to receive, but he can't sadly do that. He will try to. He will try to. Because giving one full wave right now would be pretty painful. So he knows, but look how he's properly baiting for the Rengar. That's huge. That's really huge. If Lucian does 1-for-1, it's not so bad, but if it wasn't, it's not 1-for-1. Another thing, guys. Another thing. He has really good map synergy. Really good map synergy. He sees the Rengar. He uses the potential of the prio that Rengar, the cover that Rengar gives to him. You need to see that, guys. You need to. Really. Okay, quick reset. He goes Malignance for the burst. I personally would like to hear his explanation on the itemization. Because no Dark Sea Leader. Because, for example, in my mind, it's like the torch is like against more bulky, tanky teams when they are pretty squishy and we are the only AP champion. Malignance good for the one burst combo. Yeah, so maybe that's the idea. I would like to hear his opinion. He's watching it, so you can tell me, and we're gonna, you know, like the comment and pin it. Receiving the wave and watch. Lucian was about to rotate upside. And what? Wow, the burst is crazy, guys. The burst is fucking crazy. Malignance, Scorch, Comet, boom. Lucian got just exploded right now. That's crazy, actually. Pay attention to the combo that he did. You can go back a bit. Make sure that you press every spell in the right order. That's really important moment. Make sure that you rewatch. And he encouraged the Lucian to go back to him. So the Lucian didn't finish the roam on the top lane. Instead of the Lucian switched into him. Okay, quick reset, tempo reset, that's basically... So he goes one plate. No, why no more? Because if he stays a bit more, when he's resetting, Lucian already would be on the lane, which means he would lose the priority and the tempo. So he resets before the Lucian comes to ensure that consistency in the tempo. Pretty huge problem for my students usually. Alright, so 3-1. 3-1. Huge burst, got a kill on the bot lane, even though he lost one wave, all good, even though he died up once, seems pretty promising. Hunting, guys, already. He goes to cover bot lane. That's another concept. But look how careful he is. That's something what often the Malzahar player lack. They are not careful enough. Guys, your champion is insanely vulnerable, especially without the ult. So you need to take a proper pathings, especially versus high DPS champions. High prio on the DPS, which was Lucian, switching now to Sejuani, pressing Q under, and ulting to make sure that the Rengar will stay alive. Really good. But the concept that had a place here was, he received the mid wave, but he knew, he's thinking where the Lucian goes. Lucian wanted to go bot. He goes and matches that to cover the play. And that ends up in a great cover, guys, actually. That ends up in a really great cover from him. Would be like, he would probably like to get 50 gold, 40 gold more. He will sell the refillable potion, get sorcerer shoes, 100%. Here probably he got a little bit annoyed, so we stay one more wave to crash that, and then we're gonna reset, I assume, for the sorcerer shoes. Game going pretty well. Really good APM actions per minute by him, so really aware Malzahar player with good tracking. Think about his opponent, huge. He received the wave, our bot lane received one mid wave, they will switch again. I assume that just sorcerer shoes for the more burst. Exactly. Blue trinket at the 11 minute, tipping instantly to the mid at 11 minute, probably to keep up the priority and to be more present during the game. We will use that prio to probably convert into the enemy jungle or to play for a dragon. So you got a huge timer, we rotate again. Play with your jungler, play with someone that is useful. They're gonna be looking for someone to pick on the Raptors, he's covering that. And Sejuani is top side because Lucian is standing like that. Priority, and then again, you repeat the pattern. Look how aware he is. You need to be aware when you play Malza. Mechanically, it's not like turbo hard champion, but if you have good macro and a lot of awareness, you will find the kills. He's keeping the ult for potentially someone to walk up and approach. Voidling spawn to block. Okay, there is more fight, but he's eager probably to do some. Switch into the Lucian. Make sure you W before the combo. Q in front. You saw the Q in front? Why in front? Because if Lucian clicks into him to threaten him, he would walk into the Q. So you need to know and perceive what situation you do Q behind, in the middle, or in front of you as a Malzahar. Insanely huge concepts. Greetings for you, Leo, because we discussed about it last session. And actually they lost the fight. There was a lot of chaos. From him, he played really well. He just couldn't really go deep. So I'm glad he survives. So just to receive the wave, then we reset instantly to play for your own tempo. For maybe they will be able to contest Dragon. We will see. I wonder if he will stay. He will stop him, good. That prevents the tempo of the Pantheon, right? So he stays one more. Okay, then quick rotation just to cover the Rengar in terms of the consistency of the play, because there is no wave on the mid right now. So we can. This guy is not dead, now it's dead. Good Rengar takes the kills, completely fine by us, especially if he knows how to play the game, compared to our silver teammates, right? But so it's good, the Rengar got the kill. One more mid wave because you just do Chopin combo, which I usually call Chopin combo. Like a pianist, you do EQW, usually crash the wave, and bye-bye. Okay, almost Leandris. Quick reset, 130 CS, 14 minute against Lucian mid. Tone of the burst. We got Leandris. Go mid. Check the scoreboard. Pay attention to the surroundings. Really, really good APM in the checking. Crazy, crazy checking. All the time gathering info. All the time gathering info. Bro played StarCraft. I'm sure he played StarCraft or something. That's at least how it looks. You can let me know if you played StarCraft too. We crash. So at this point of the game, you crash, you look and think map-wise, 80% minimap. So he will get that wave, then he will instantly rotate to the most dynamic situation. Before face checks, he will press Q to the places that are free tanning, right? Go cover mid, top lane, because the mid wave wasn't there yet, so you just receive the top wave. Then we just switch back to the mid lane or bot lane. We will see depending on how the map looks like. He sees Jhin goes mid. So what is he doing? He's filling the rotation. Q check, do not get abused. EW on the wave, because that's all you need. Crazy efficiency of Malzahar, that's how you need to do it. Okay, gonna check a little bit more to not get cheesed. He probably got traumatized before, like many of us, Malzahar. You walk up to someone, they just melt you. So the habit of checking with the Q constantly, insanely important. Okay. Gonna wait a bit here. Gonna receive the wave. Rengar probably will ult in a moment. Or they will just dive the guy. They can one-shot him. They don't wanna force. Someone doesn't wanna force. He doesn't have much gold, so he will just go to cover mid because he just crashed the top lane. It's kind of a pattern. You choose between few options. And that's what I'm trying to always tell my students. You have few patterns, few options, and you need to properly choose them during your game. And he does that. Top wave is just chilling. Look now. Yeah, I knew he would ult now. Good burst. Here we just simply Q, okay? Simply secure the target that is the easiest and the safest to be taken in the situations like this. Good position, good Qs, good silence, all good, turbo good. Really good starter with the ult on the Sejuani. Probably soon we reset and we will go furthest away from the objective that will spawn. I'm not sure yet what objective will spawn yet. He would need to press scoreboard. So it's either gonna be top lane / bot lane. He might go top, but I'm not sure because Dragon is 140. Okay, so this is where his teammates are pressing mid, and what he did, it's a tempo TP. Tempo TP you do to press harder on the opponents while your team is doing good, and he's not worried about the Dragon in 1 minute 40 seconds. It's still a long time, so he instantly transitions the pressure of the tempo TP to get as much as possible and to pressure even more the opponents. That's how it is right now. He will be ready for the Dragon anyway, so all is chill. Q checks, really good habits. He got a large shot as well, probably Shadow Flame. Remember, you always QW on the turret, so you stack the Voidlings. Here it just ult, which almost one-shotted the Lucian without even the poison. It was just R and W that almost one-shotted him, guys. So much burst. And the Scorch value in this game is really good. I can tell you. The 570 minute, I would say it's pretty optimal, especially versus Lucian. So that's not bad. That's really not bad, trust me. If you have Scorch and you have 220 minutes, better to play Gathering probably. But here it's really good. Okay, Zonya. Defensive item actually, because enemy have so much go in. Misfortune alt, sorry for hitting. Misfortune alt. So you take that Zonya right now to counter the threats, because you as a Malzahar, you're gonna be often in the front with your ultimate, right? So that's why he goes for that Zonya, just so he can take aggro play and counter their ults, their combo, their go in with that Zonya that will change the fight until his team will till the team will back him up. Here, we are playing for the Dragon control, along with the team. With the ult, he's present. He doesn't actually go bot lane. He doesn't think like, yeah, I will just go bot lane. No. He doesn't care where he will ult. Pay attention to this, by the way. The first thing he did, he instantly repositioned and goes for the carry. And goes for the carry into the Zonya. Q silence insta. Reposition, try to reposition. Oh my god, bro. Holy fuck. One thing I notice, he doesn't instantly ult the tanks, because he could be like, yeah, I will peel my Misfortune ult. No. Sorry, Jhin. He didn't care. Repositioned first to ensure the safety of his play. Then, he still didn't ult any kind of the front laners that were in front. He went for the carry and then used the Zonya. Kind of fucking assassin Malzahar player. Holy fuck. But that's good to see. So he didn't go like insta, on the tanks to peel. No. He was like, I will play it slow. That's huge, guys. That's a huge thing to consider. For sure, I do a little bit different. I have a little bit different mindset. So I'm glad to see this. He still goes Misfortune. He didn't care about the low DPS Alistar Sejuani, even though they were primarily focusing the Jhin. Huge. But really well played. Really crazy, crazy, crazy. Goes mid stride to cover the play on the mid. He doesn't care about the top lane because it's pretty far. So here he just makes sure that the teammates are gonna be covered by him. Got a pick. Gonna go Nashor, guys. Gonna go Nashor, guys. We do Nashor because enemy jungler is dead. Pantheon bot lane. And the two people are on the mid. If the Nashor is gonna be secured. Look how he's shoot calling. Do you see that? He knows. He sees what's going on 24/7, guys. 24/7. And if you can develop the habit to even tell your teammates what to do, even easier on solo queue. Gonna probably stay a bit, like one more wave, then he will tempo reset, I assume. We'll see. He both double amplifying Tom, that's gonna be maybe Shadow Flame. EW on the wave completely enough. Gonna go hard on the Lucian. Rengar plays it really slow. Silence, E, boom, bye bye, mewing. Insta TP to cover the Pantheon, guys. Nothing escapes from this guy. Nothing. Ah, he just ulted. But you know what I mean, yeah? Like, he's so aware. He's so aware. Really good habits and like a different approach for the fights. Different approach for the roams. Not afraid to lose a wave if it means transitioning the lead. That's a bit like refreshing to see, I would say. Refreshing. And I'm glad I can record it because it's always more motivating to watch someone play when I can share it with you guys. So, and really, I'm really thankful for our Korean guy to watch Misfortune, Zonia perfectly timed into the Pantheon because he saw Pantheon was about to threaten him. He still tried to reposition for a moment. Wow, he goes mainly for these DPSs in the fight, and Zonia is meant to like go do this pick, then use Zonia before they go for you. Wow, it's working. It's working. It's working, guys. And thank you for our Korean guy. I forget to ask his name, that's unlucky. Thank to him, we got this point of view perspective within the one day. He's the fast guy, I can tell you. Quick delivery of the turbo carrying the game on the Chal Ilo casually as a Malzahar. Some student asked me like, Manfego, do you think I can get challenger with Malzahar? Is it possible? And yo, these guys, they are challenger with Malzahar. Even though people say it's a noob champ. They are delusional because this is not easy to play this champion. Position wise, he's insanely vulnerable. In mobile, that's not easy to play that completely. So people think it's easy champ. For mastering the concept, sure, but mastering the champion itself, mechanically, micro-wise, no, not so easy. Kiana so much easier than Malzahar actually. No, I'm joking, I just wanted to like, you know. Okay, now we hold the mid prio here. Because not much to get. If you look, the bot lane was pretty pushed, top lane was pretty pushed, so he just goes straight mid lane along with the team to cover that play. So what I see is his presence. He's really present in the fights. Really, really present along with the good focus. That's what I see from this guy. That is different. That is looking really well by him. Goes Sejuani with the silence, ults just to cover the pick. In this situation, just to get one, because the enemy carries were further away. Otherwise, he would kept the ult and he would have potentially used the flash for them. Spacing on Malzahar, really important. You can't make them walk into your range. And he plays without the ally, by the way. Shadow Flame he's going, so he goes that full one-shot kind of burst mode from the playstyle I can see. He doesn't have Rylai, which makes him more vulnerable, so the Zonia is actually kind of must-have in the games like that. Since you just... if they get close to you, it's pretty hard. And look at the damage that they do. I instantly got eat, this Pantheon. Look at the position, watch the position, study his position. Study his position. Look, aware, he knows the burst, he knows the limits. He's aware. He knows what can threaten him. Zonia usage is perfect. You can learn from this guy about Zonia usage. Positioning, focus, repositioning in fights, map awareness. Guys, holy fuck. He's cracked. Thank you for recording that, brother. Guys, if you like this video, I mean, generally, let me know what do you think about him. What did you notice yourself was impressive by him? And if you like more videos like this, if you would want to see more videos like this, subscribe, like, give any comment, any kind of support is appreciated. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
I want to take a second to recommend working with xblademojo, who has been a terrific coach.
I've worked with a lot of coaches over the years. xBlade is far and away one of the best.
Thanks for teaching me so much, Roy.